Alex Pereira gets his belt back at UFC 320. And guys, excuse me, what a spectacular knockout he produced on last weekend. And, it was good to see Alex Pereira get his belt back. I feel like it's just better for the sport. But it's crazy, man, because what he's been able to achieve in a short space of time is crazy. Some UFC fighters have been in the UFC for years and they've never even been able to touch the belt. So honestly, shouts out to Alex Pereira with what he's been able to achieve in such a short space of time. But guys, what is next for Alex Pereira? Obviously, we know we're not ever going to get a Izzy versus Alex trilogy in MMA. That's off the books. But what's actually next for Alex Pereira? I'm glad I'm going to get a post up for you guys now so you guys can see it. Here we have clipped fighting. They've saved me a lot of time. I would have had to, make a little presentation and put the fighters in the presentation and whatnot. But I don't have to do that because clipped fighting have done that for me. So here we have Alex Pereira and potential matchups. Obviously, we'll start with Carlos Ulberg. A lot of people think he's too technical for Alex Pereira. But guys, I feel like in terms of the striking in the UFC, Israel Adesanya, I'm still not saying it right. It's fucking annoying. If my mum could hear me right now, she would be shaking her head. Sorry, my brother Izzy. Don't worry. One day when I meet you, you can teach me how to say it properly, But yeah, I feel like Israel Adesanya, Izzy. Let me just say Izzy is the most technical person that Alex Pereira has fought, and even though Izzy is quite technical, Alex was still able to, find his way and, get the TKO stoppage. And even in the second fight, he did very well. It's just he got confident. And to be honest, Izzy has always been able to beat Alex Pereira. Some people are going to talk shit. What I'm about to say is a topic that needs its own video. Izzy did not lose twice to Alex Pereira in kickboxing. I don't care what anyone says. I believe it was the first fight, if I remember correctly. The referee just gave Alex Pereira some dodgy count. But anyways, we're not going to talk about that. That's a topic for a whole another video. But yeah, Carlos Ulberg, he is technical from what I have seen. I haven't seen a lot of him, but from what I have seen, he is quite technical. But honestly, guys, I don't think it fucking matters. Because I feel like Alex Pereira is going to be able to land low kicks on Carlos Ulberg easier than he did Ankalaev. And you see with Ankalaev, he's just crazy. He's one of them Russians where he'll go shin to shin with you. Obviously, in the rematch with Pereira, he was forced to switch to orthodox because Alex said, yeah, I'm going to chew up that leg as quick as possible, which is what he did. But if I'm being completely honest, I think if we're talking light heavyweight division, it is probably the best matchup to make because Alex Pereira has beaten everybody else. So, obviously we've got Yuri here, Yuri Prohatska, but is there really a point for a trilogy? Because even if Yuri beats him, it's like, who cares? It's 2-1. Yes, they could have a full fight, but is there really a point, guys? Honestly, is there really a point? I feel like that's just going to prolong so many other good fights that we could get. Obviously, there's speculations that the UFC might do Ulberg versus Yuri, and the winner of that will get the title shot against Pereira next. But I honestly do think if we're talking light heavyweight, then it has to be Carlos Ulberg. I don't want to see a thing where, because it was happening to Izzy, where before Alex Pereira showed up, he kind of had to fight a few people again. And it's like, that's shit. We don't want to see that, especially when you've had dominant performances against them. So I think, yeah, if we're talking light heavyweight, if Pereira is going to stay down at light heavyweight, then I think the fight to make is Carlos Ulberg. I think that's the most logical fight to make. And if Alex Pereira does fight at light heavyweight again, I think it should be Carlos Ulberg. Then he can kind of solidify his light heavyweight run. It's already solidified, but I feel like if he fights Yuri, people are still gonna say, "Oh, he's fought this guy 3 times. He fought Ankalaev twice." So why not just give him Ulberg? It makes sense. And then I feel like after Ulberg, if he is still insisting on this move to heavyweight, I believe he should either fight the winner of Gane and. But you know what? I say that, yeah. Let me stick at light heavyweight for a second. I say that Ulberg is the fight to make, but for legacy, maybe the Yuri fight is the one to make. But again, because he's beat him 2 times, it'll be like, oh, he's beaten 3. Like, there's actually no need for that fight, if we're being completely honest, because we've seen what's happened in 2 of the fights. Yuri gets knocked out, so there's actually no point. But let's say, yeah, Alex fights Ulberg next. After that, I think he should move up to heavyweight, test himself. And obviously, he should fight the winner of Gane versus Aspinall. To be honest, the heavyweight division is kind of shit anyway, so it probably would spice things up if Pereira did move up to heavyweight. But stylistically, I think Alex matches up better with Cyril Gane. I just feel like Tom Aspinall is not going to be scared to engage with Alex Pereira, and I don't see Alex Pereira backing up Tom Aspinall the way he is able to back up everybody else. And genuinely, I think from when the round starts, if he was to fight Tom Aspinall is literally just going to run to the other side of the cage and take him down. And I genuinely think if Tom was to take Alex down, I think he would be able to keep him there. Obviously, Alex Pereira, I would say he has longer limbs from the looks of things. So, you see, this is what people forget about Pereira. He has got quite long limbs. And, he's quite strong. He might not look it, but he is actually quite physically strong. And he definitely has a lot of power in his legs, because when people try to take him down, he's more or less been able to defend most takedowns. So stylistically, I think he matches up with Cyril Gane much better. I don't see Gane shooting for a takedown on Alex Pereira. So it will be. I genuinely think that fight would be quite competitive in the striking. I still feel like I give the edge in striking to Alex Pereira. Gane is good though. Gane is good. But then again, what people need to understand, this is the heavyweight division. And, those guys are different kettle of fish when it comes to power. Obviously, Alex Pereira was going to call out John Jones. And that would be good for his resume. But I genuinely think it's better for Alex Pereira to chase another belt in another division, potentially becoming the first man to win a belt in 3 different weight classes. We all know another man who wanted to achieve that, and he probably could have if he didn't let all the drug and partying ruin him. And yes, we're talking about Mr. McGregor. But as of now, honestly feel like Alex Pereira is the person that is the closest to becoming a 3 division champion. So I think that's the route he should go down. And, maybe after he fights Gane or Tom, if he was to win the belt, and even if he doesn't win the belt, then maybe they can make a super fight with him and John. That would probably be a good fight to close the chapter on his MMA career. But I genuinely think that's the way he should map it out. I don't think he should bother with a Jones fight right now. I think that would be a good way to go out. Even for both of them, they could both retire, and think about it. That would be a good way for them to both go out. Well, Jones, we all would like to see him fight Tom Aspinall, but who wouldn't pay to watch John and Alex Pereira? But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Comment below, like and subscribe, all of that shit, man. And yes, big yums, man. I'll be back again tomorrow.